The next award is a difficult one for us, and for those who knew Patrick, earlier this year we lost an exceptional friend, Alumni Association board member and rebel, Patrick T. Smith. Patrick was a two-time alumnus of UNLV, receiving his bachelor's degree in communications in 1997 and earning his master's in public administration in 2001. Patrick built a career in Nevada as a government and community affairs consultant and was considered a well-respected and active community leader. Having built a successful career, Patrick's passions were his family and UNLV. Patrick and his wife Donna fostered children in their home and were adoptive parents. Patrick also served as a court-appointed special advocate with CASA for abused and neglected children. He was an advisory board member for Special Olympics in Nevada, and served with me as a board member for Olive Crest, an organization that works to prevent and treat child abuse. Patrick cared for everyone that came into contact with, whether it was through foster system, his work around the state, or at UNLV. He had a servant heart. Patrick's commitment and devotion to UNLV was unmatched. He was first appointed to the Alumni Association Board of Directors in 2011 and went on to serve as third vice president and second vice president before being elected as president in 2016. Patrick worked to increase the voice of alumni outside the university, create more transparency for alumni programs, and build an active volunteer base during his 8 years on the association's board. As a tribute to Patrick's legacy, the board of directors voted unanimously to rename the Achievement and Service Award, one of the top awards given by the UNLV Alumni Association, to the Patrick T. Smith Achievement and Service Award. I'd like to direct your attention to the screens as we share with you a wonderful, heartfelt tribute to our friend and fellow rebel, Mr. Patrick T. Smith. For me, his legacy on campus will be as the board president who enabled us to really get to where we are today in serving all of our alumni across the country and the world.
At a personal level, I think he kind of set the blueprint of what it is to be an engaged alumni, both within the university and externally.
He was very quiet, very humble, yet he was a great active listener, and because of that, he was incredibly effective. He always managed to get the job done, but he never had to do it with confrontation and conflict.
Patrick was a leader in terms of being not only an entrepreneur, but in finding creative ways to achieve results.
For as much as Patrick did for UNLV, I think really his legacy and his biggest impact on the community was his passion for the foster care system. His passion for helping the kids in our community is infectious, and he did it firsthand. He brought kids into his home. He didn't just write a check or say, yeah, I'll support you. He did the hard work, which was taking the kids into his home. So that was something special for him.
That was where I think he made the biggest impact, when people would look to see what sacrifices he made, the commitments he made to the children. You don't find that too often.
And I think once you kind of peel back or look behind the curtain and you think, you know, wow, this is a problem and somebody has to do something, or wait a minute, I have to do something about this, and I have the tools, or I have the heart, I need to take action.
He always was very quiet, passionate, driven, and you just trusted him. You automatically liked him.
To know him was to love him, yeah. Big brother, big guy, and a good mentor.
He had a really good sense of humor, and I vividly recall at events, he would always make rounds, usually with a glass of wine, making rounds, and he would throw these one-liners, and they just would crack you up because they would be so funny. But you don't earn a nickname like Patty Cakes without being funny. So I think that's what many people don't see, but he definitely had a good sense of humor.
He was right there in my corner, just rooting me on and doing whatever he could do to support me. Man, I miss Patrick so much. Very good friend. We went to a conference in LA, in Los Angeles, and I didn't have the money to purchase a suit. I was being sworn in as a councilman, and that suit that I wore at that ceremony was a suit Patrick purchased for me, you know? So, man, I'll cherish that forever.
I can't find anybody in Las Vegas over my 36 years here that would even compare to who Patrick was as a person, his character, his approach, his intellect, his giving nature. He was truly a unique person. That separated him from so many others. There aren't enough Patricks in our community. There aren't enough Patricks in this world.
I think his lasting impact on the community in general is an example of what you can do to change the life of another human being just by being kind. Because that's what he was every single day. And that kindness changed my life, I know that, as well as hundreds of other lives that he touched along the way just by being himself and by exhibiting that caring and loving attitude towards human beings. That's his legacy. And what better legacy is there than to be one of kindness and caring?